Hello, Stratisans, and welcome to the Stratisphere. I'm your host, Scott Franklin, and my co-host, Jordan Franklin.
Hi!
Welcome to episode 4.
Episode 4.
Quickly, we got here.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing it.
We're doing it well.
I mean, at what point in time do you say we've arrived?
6, maybe?
Okay.
Because I think it's 6. You go, all right, we can do this, or
This isn't working.
maybe this isn't what we were meant to do here.
Yeah.
But if you've been following along with us, we started off our first episode, which is kind of like a welcome to Stratus. This is who we are. And then we started following along with the Stratisphere blogs.
Yeah, we just wanted to bring attention to like the work we're putting in with the blogs, the work we do with our clients, the work we want to be doing, a lot of that kind of stuff. What we have a passion for.
Yeah. And today is really no different.
No different.
We just keep following along with the blog. And you can find the blog at mystratus.com, Inside the Straticephere. And the episodes for the podcast are also there. So if you want to go jump on the website and read up, we've been doing a blog for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But we thought this would be adding in with the podcast, we thought it would be a good way to bring some more folks to the website. And here we are.
And honestly, with our short form content that we've been doing too off of the podcast, I think a lot of people have been viewing that and engaging with that.
Yeah.
And in the era that we all love a good short form video.
Quick information.
So that's been really good.
It has.
Yeah.
You're a hit out there.
I mean, you too.
Well, thanks. But we all know who we came to see.
I think it's been good because we can pull out the main bullet points and really drive it home.
As long as we don't get stuck on something.
That's right.
Which if you had the pleasure of watching or listening to the last one, episode 3, we found out Jordan's passion for job descriptions. And we're going to touch a little bit on that today as well. So you should be excited about that part.
Yeah. I mean, I am very passionate about what we do. I think...
not just job descriptions.
Not just job descriptions, no. I've stated in the past, I just wanted to help people growing up. And I feel like we've really found a way to help people grow in their job seeking and their careers, right?
Yeah.
I think that where we are going is helping companies grow efficiently and effectively.
I love the efficient part of it.
Yes. Efficient is first. Efficiently so that they are on the right trajectory to like stay competitive. So.
Because it's ever changing.
Ever changing. I mean, there's so many things out there that you could be using to hire. Mm-hmm. It's just not all of them are right. They might be right for one company, but not right for yours.
That's interesting. Touch on that a little more. Like what? What would be an example?
I mean, certain.
Like a tool is like a ATS, like an applicant tracking system.
Let's just use LinkedIn. Everyone has LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is great for recruiting professionals.
Yes.
It is much harder to recruit blue collar jobs off of LinkedIn because they don't spend their time
in front of a screen
or updating their professional social profiles. So it really, I mean, everyone knows what LinkedIn is, but not everyone uses it. So it might be the right tool for some people, but not for others. So, I mean, just really meeting your candidates at where they are is one of the main things, or finding them where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And making sure that the tools help you do that.
That's a good point. I like it. Good job.
Thanks.
Way to expand on that.
Thanks.
Okay. So the blog.
Yeah.
How to hire for roles that will change in the next 12 to 18 months. And the first sentence is, if there is one thing employers can count on right now, it is this: the role you hire for today may not look exactly the same a year from now.
Absolutely not. And nor should you hire someone that you think can be in a stagnant role.
I know, because you kind of think about it as being like stuck in the mud at that point. Like,
right. Well, we're going to go look for something different. You're not going
forward.
Right.
You can't, if you can't climb, then what are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, so not only are you looking for like candidates that can adapt and change with your company, but you really need to look for a company as a candidate that outlines how you will adapt and change and where they really want to take you within the next 12 to 18 months. Right. And if they don't have that game plan together.
Who is they?
The company.
Yeah.
Then they might not be the right company if you're extremely ambitious. Now, if you're in, towards the end of your career and you're good with staying in one certain position, you've done all of your climbing, you might not care.
You're just trying to keep the status quo.
Right. But if you're young and, young to mid in your career and you're still wanting to learn and grow, if a company can't outline that for you on how that grows, then it might not be the right company for you. And that takes a lot of effort on the company, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not normal for companies to outline training or succession or where they want to go, especially if they're a fresh new company or they're a very old company that's just not the way they did it and they're stuck in the mud. Right. So I think a lot goes into this. I'm excited.
Yeah, we've got a lot there to get to. So the first kind of bullet point or whatever you want to call it, start the direction of the business. Start with the direction of the business, not just the opening on your org chart.
Yeah.
So where's your business going?
Yep.
Not necessarily like the people in your company.
Right. I mean, I think we'll dig into this.
You need to fill these spots.
It's like a staffing stew.
Right now.
Right? It's what I've always
staffing stew.
A staffing stew. Especially if you have multiple openings, right? Because you might not get the exact job description and person line up, right? But you can go back. It's a living document. Like you can go back and be like, okay.
Hey, put quotes around that.
It's a living
I'll put that document. In there later.
So it's a living document, right? And you really want to say, okay, I have these 3 positions, hypothetical, right? And I want these 3 different talents, and then the sub-talents are X. As long as you get the sub-talents from one of the 3, it doesn't have to be exactly how you outlined it. As long as you get all the talents you need out of those 3 people, it might not be exactly, the perfect round peg in a round hole. It might be that you hired 3 and they kind of mix and mash and intermingle. And just being able to understand that that's okay, because you also want to hire for the human. Like, is the human adaptable? Is the human interested in learning more? Right? Like, what is your company? Is your company growing and ever changing? Are they flexible so that they can grow with your company? I mean, there's lots of things to consider when hiring someone, especially in a growth mode company.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the cool things with us, though, is that we've kind of, over the years, have realized we really need to be on top of this so that, when they are drawing up their job description, they're not just going in and getting an old job description and pulling it out and being like, here's what we need, because that's not where they're going.
Well, and I mean, that comes with our job intake, right? That's part of our process.
Exactly.
Is to say every single time, doesn't matter if you're a new or an old client, you're going through a job intake, because that 15 to 20 minute intake of that job description will save the hiring manager way more time in the future, because they'll be able to say, hey, remember we talked about this. This is what I really wanted. And here's all the things that I did want. And versus going back and forth on email and saying, hey, what did you want? You didn't like this candidate. Oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Like, it takes way less time to get it all out at the beginning.
Right. And in the blog, we talk about how it feels efficient, because that's what we're usually trying to do, is we're trying to be as efficient as possible.
Yep.
At least at Stratus we are. And then we want to help our clients be equally as efficient. But when they're pulling these old job descriptions out, they're going, oh, look, we already have one. We don't have to do anything about it. But they're not planning for the future.
Yeah.
They're just going, okay, we need this, developer or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all do the same thing. So we're just going to put we haven't changed any of our tools or code. So this is what we need. But they're not thinking,
hey, what projects are coming up?
Step ahead.
Yeah. Like, what projects are coming up? Where could I use a talent that we don't currently have within the organization? And how could I put that to use? There's a lot of questions. To your point, there's also companies that just have job descriptions that are a whole bunch of legalese, right? And it's...
Okay, wait. What do you mean by legalese?
It's HR.
It crosses all the T's and dots all the I's.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually explain what.
Example, client gave job description to us and it said that candidate must be able to carry 50 pounds. Like, it was a developer. They're not carrying...
When are they going to be carrying 50 pounds?
Right. They're not carrying anything. But it was a portion that was in all of their job descriptions, right? And so...
It's in every job description.
Every single job description didn't matter. So they never took it out of there. Well, how many people are you X-ing off? Right? Just because they read that last sentence. And it actually doesn't pertain to this position. So like we said in the last blog, your job description is your brand. And it's the first thing they see. Especially if you're a new company to this person, right? So you want to present yourself as a well-oiled, put-together machine. Fake it till you make it, because you might not be.
Or you just use us.
Right. But put it together in a sense that, hey, here's, this is where we want you to go. I think having the follow through, and I feel like this is the follow through, right, to that job description, is like, how do we follow through and show that we have a game plan for this position? Like, it does start with a job description, but you also have to have that foresight and follow through.
And it's kind of like we spoke last time in the last episode, is the hiring process.
Yeah.
Because then they're stepping in, okay, how do you're interviewing and this stuff, but you're also going back and seeing, okay, the job description wasn't just a snapshot of, in the timeline.
Right.
It's actually looking, okay, this is where this job is going.
Yeah. Well, but companies are not great at outlining where they're going for every position. Right. They normally take the time to outline where they're going for like director and above, because they are the ones that sit there and really want to dig into that in an interview. Right. But but everything's changing so fast right now that needs to be every position. And that's a lot of extra work on HR, talent acquisition, hiring managers that don't know how to communicate what they exactly want, right? It's a lot of extra work.
But if you have a staffing firm like Stratus, we can step in and ease that pain.
Yeah, I think the companies that are using us for talent acquisition consulting are really seeing an uptick in their hiring, retention rates, a lot of different things, and putting that all together for them. A lot of companies like us haven't wanted to do that in the past because we're kind of working ourselves out of a job, but also as long as you're strategic about it, we want you to be good. We want you to be successful. And maybe you'll be an influencer for us with new companies that don't have it together.
Yeah. We sit with clients and we want to know the game plan. We want to know the budget. We want to sit there and be in the room with you as you're planning your growth.
Right.
So that we can help, to make you more efficient.
Yeah. And you got to think like your job is programmer, CIO, whatever it is, right? I can promise you haven't interviewed near as many people as we have. But that's because we do it every day, 8 hours a day. And talking to people is literally our job, right? While theirs is coding or whatever the job is, right? And so we come in as the experts to help say, okay, you're not communicating this portion well. That's why you're not getting the candidates you want. Or, hey, you're just posting and praying.
Yeah, that's tough.
And you're not getting the candidates you want. Right? But there's always...
because then you're also spending the money to post.
You're spending the money to post. You're taking the time to post.
Not only is your money going into a black hole, but from the candidate side, their resume is going into a black hole.
Right. And who wants that? Right. And then who wants that to be their brand?
Whoever owns the black hole.
Also true. Also true. Yeah.
Okay, well, time out. So let's keep going because we're basically just running through this sucker, and I want to make sure that we're on our bullet points.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll just sit here and talk for an hour.
Also true.
So the next one is, and it kind of keeps going. I mean, obviously, everything that we do is cyclical, I guess. So we start with the job description, and we go into the hiring process, and we go into candidate care. Mm-hmm. But same thing with the client side. We also have to be there for them to help them be more efficient. We have to also be on that ride. So this one is write a job description that leaves room for growth. Remember what I said earlier about the living tool? It says too often employers treat job descriptions like fixed documents instead of a living tool.
I also think to that point that too many clients want to write everything they want in a job description.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to fill out a form
and then they expect everything to be document, one human.
But if I have a job and I can have my pick of all of these skills.
Why not put them all on there?
Why not put them all on there?
Because nobody has all of them. Maybe you do.
Well, I've been known to dabble.
Right. So maybe you have all the skills, or maybe you are so smart, right?
Been told.
But you need to have a realistic expectation of like who is in the market and who's out there. I mean, because I'm not in the market, I can't expect there to be another me out there in the market. Well, most of the people that we recruit aren't in the market per se.
That's true.
Right. But yes, you can't expect that there's a clone of you that's walked the same path as you have if you're trying to replace you. You need to find someone that is 70% you, so that they already have automatic growth built into that current job description. And then you can work with them in 12 months to build a new one so that they're 70% there and they get to grow that extra 30%. And if you create that cycle again and again and again, then you're growing your whole team as they're learning. Well,
that starts from the top down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you also can't just put a job description out there and think someone's going to come and check every single box. You might get it, right? Depending on what level you are.
I think that most of the time that even if not all the skills are on there, but if a lot of the skills are on there, that we still have trouble finding those people. And sometimes we bring in the people that have, like, they've done a little bit of this, they're really good at this thing, so they're sort of checking boxes.
But it also shows that they're really good at learning, and they're wanting to grow. So like the dabblers, like you said, I dabble in a lot. Like the dabblers are really interesting to me because they're normally the ones that will get in and kill it because they're so interested in a lot of things that they can turn around and help different parts of the company. And especially in a small organization, dabblers are really good in smaller organizations.
If I had I'd tip it. So I was trying to say right now, it's just like just a big compliment party for me.
For you always. But I'm saying, like, in a small organization that works,
you have to have that.
But you have to understand culture too when you're creating these job descriptions, because like in a large organization, a dabbler doesn't work because they're normally more siloed.
Yeah.
But I would also say, like, a lot of it, you've got to understand your local market, especially if you're requiring on site. Because not a lot of people are moving right now. Like, not to get into economics, but
Stuff out there.
it's stuff out there. And so they're convincing someone to relocate is hard right now. I mean, convincing an IT person to be on site is hard in general. But convincing them to be on site and move is really hard. So if you have someone that has the right culture and the right foundational skills, I think the question to the hiring manager is always, can we grow this person?
I wanted to go back and kind of read some different parts of that one.
Do it.
But I don't get to now because we already jumped into the next one that says hire for adaptability, not for just direct experience.
Well,
see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes just wind you up and let you go. And, we don't really have to worry about all the different pages here. You just
go.
So I did want to, there was one thing I wanted to say, but I kind of let you go for too long, maybe. Yeah, we'll just keep going. But anyway, I think at Stratus, we do a good job of trying to explain that to the client. I think we do a good job of taking a job description that we get from clients and editing. Is that a good word to use? Editing?
Reading between the lines.
Yeah, but I mean, we also
too,
have to go back and say, okay, look,
yeah,
you can't have all of these skills. Pick 3.
Yeah.
Like,
we can find purple squirrels. We can't find purple.
help a Stratison out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah.
I'm working really hard on finding every single skill set, and there may be people out there with that, but either they're going to be outside of your budget.
Yeah.
They're going to be outside your area.
You're going to have to relocate.
And we're talking about a relocation package. So then you're blowing your budget up again because you have to have all of those skill sets. When in reality, you don't have to have all, especially when we're talking, most of the time our experience is in IT. So when we're filling roles, it's mostly IT roles.
Yeah.
So when we're saying skill sets, we're talking developers and whatever.
Yeah. Well,
project managers.
And it's the mansion cottage situation, right? Like when you're going out and you're looking for houses and you're it's going to be your first time buying a house, right? You normally have a huge checklist.
Oh, you got to have everything.
Of everything you want.
I think the one thing that we talked about having were like the heated floors.
Yes.
We never did that.
We've remodeled every house and we've never done it.
Isn't that interesting? I thought about that because
because our floors were cold.
They were cold.
But like it's the mansion cottage situation, right? You think you can get a mansion, and when you really sit down and look at the budget, you can get a cottage, and a cottage is totally fine. You can make it homey. It's the right space. It's just 2 of us, and as you grow as an organization or as a team, you can add things to it and create the mansion, right?
Got to have extra rooms, extra bathrooms.
Right. But you don't have to start there as you're building.
Right. You don't start in the mansion.
Right.
When you got 2 people.
Right.
Or 4 people or whatever.
Right. And honestly, it shows that your team is willing to take a risk on a person that has potential, right? And as long as their foundational skill set is there, you can grow them.
But if you have all of these things that you're requesting in your job description and you're being brought candidates that don't hit they don't check mark every box, it's harder to say, I mean, you're calling it a risk.
Yeah, I don't think it's a risk. I think it's I think some people don't want to do it because it's a time commitment, right? They're going to have to give some of their working time to that person to either train or for that person to be trained in whatever they're lacking.
Okay, but if the goal of the company is to grow,
right?
You're going to have to
train. You're going to
have to train. But also, like I said, in our world in IT, people can go get those certifications.
Oh, absolutely.
People can go get those skill sets. They just have to put in the time to do it. So if you're looking to build, if you start out with your basic needs for that job description,
Yeah.
then the rest of it kind of seems like fun to me.
I agree. I think what you hit on just then was basic needs, right?
Yeah.
A cottage is your basic needs. So when you start adding all the bells and whistles is when it's like, what do we not have to have and what can we train? And what do we have to have in order for this person to be successful? So then you hire on the have tos and you train the wants.
Yeah.
You know, you got a 2-bedroom with a bath.
We're hiring.
You start add on.
Adaptability.
Right.
So how would you, in your opinion, see how to phrase this correctly? So you have a candidate in front of you.
Yep.
That candidate has all their basic needs.
Mm-hmm.
How would you be able to tell but I mean, I'm asking, and I guess for us, I already know the answers because it's like, what's your fire?
Yeah.
Likes your tick.
Right. Yeah.
Which we talked about in a previous episode. If you want to go back and watch those, and click like, subscribe, all those things. Maybe repost a little bit.
It's really easy now. It's just like
one click, bada bing, bada boom.
Ah.
So we, in our seats, we would be like, what's your fire? That's how we would know, like, if this person is willing to go learn those extra things.
Yeah.
If they're going to be adaptable.
Right.
If they're going to be able to kind of.
I mean, I advise our hiring managers, like, hey, okay, they have all the basic needs. These are the things we would like them to have and certifications we would like them to have. Why don't we give them a time frame to go and pursue those certifications and get them? If they don't, then we know they're not the right candidate, right? So, I mean, that is
the time frame, as in, so
3 months,
we're not hiring them, or we are hiring them.
Well, I mean, I've had it happen both ways, right?
So we're going to say, okay, candidate A, go get your certifications and come back in 3 months.
Yeah. I've had it happen both ways. I've had it happen, hey, I need you to have a Security Plus certification. Once you have a Security Plus certification, you're definitely the candidate we want to hire, right? We have a candidate going through stuff right now, and that candidate was offered, but needs some other certifications, and they're going to give them 6 months to get them. So
hired, though.
Hired. Contract.
Yeah. Contract to hire.
Contract to hire. Right. So not full. Neither one is fully committed, but they're both agreeing that they would, work it out.
They're adaptable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, like with the ever-changing job market right now and positions, like none of us know.
Let us know what the position is going to be
in 12 months or a year. We don't know what AI is going to take over within each different.
Not that AI is taking over, but that it can. Because when you say things like that, you scare some people.
Okay, I'm not trying to scare you. What AI is supporting or how they're supporting your team, right? So we don't know how that works.
What boring tasks can we use AI for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what boring task can we use AI for? And is that certification needed in 12 months? Because is that a boring task? Like, some might not be needed, and some might be.
Yeah.
Some will still be needed, right?
I mean, like I said, so again, in an episode, we've talked about this before, but as long as you're going back and you can check what that AI is doing, or
it needs a human in the loop.
Like you have to know things. You can't just put it out there. So I don't know. Maybe you did answer my question, or maybe you didn't, because sometimes we talk in circles. If I am a client or a hiring manager, and I have a job description, and the candidate meets most of the needs, how do I go about going, okay, this person is definitely adaptable, or this person is definitely going to go get that certification?
I mean, I really think that's a gut thing, right? Because you're going to ask them.
Because you're going to, you hopefully you have those questions lined up to be able, kind of like we do, like, what's your fire type question?
Right. Yeah. You need a clarifying culture question. Because if you have two candidates, two kids, not even, do we have two? We have three. Okay, so if you have two candidates, right, and they have the same basic skill set and they don't have any of the bells and whistles, both of them, both interviewed great, whatever, right? Yeah. You need that defining culture question that makes you go, I like candidate 2 over candidate 1, right? And then from there would be a conversation of, hey, the bells and whistles I do think we need are going to be X, Y, and Z. Are you willing to go get those done? Mm-hmm. You know, I need a clear, straight answer from that. But being really direct and saying, this is what we want to do and this is how we want to grow you. And we're going to put time and money into it so that you can be the candidate we want. I mean, call me pretty. I'm okay with that. Like, that's basically what you're doing. You
are pretty.
Thank you. You're complimenting them, right? I think you could do this. I'm willing to put my money into it. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah.
You know?
I think this would be fun for hiring managers to go in and read this blog because it touches on things like that. And I really wasn't thinking about like the answers that are in here, but it does say, can this person pick up new systems? Can they handle shifting priorities? Can they move from execution into strategy if needed?
Yep.
Are they comfortable with when job duty changes?
Yeah. Okay. Great example. I'm not in this industry, but it's an industry we're not in. Blue collar industry. They all got KPIs this year and they all got budgets. Mm-hmm. And they all got new things put on their plate that they weren't used to, that are more on the professional versus the blue collar thing.
Okay.
And even though they're moaning about it, they're all being they're all adapting to a new thing. The company didn't fire everyone and say, hey, you've never managed a P&L or had KPIs. Not using you anymore. No, they said, this is something I can train you on. I can give you a new skill set.
That's cool.
It is cool. I mean, they probably are cranky about it, but that's just because it's not been the norm. But they're all adapting. Mm-hmm. You know?
Change is inevitable.
I mean, it's like everyone's had to change.
Yeah.
When we got Microsoft. I mean, people changed back then. New computers. All the things.
Going back to the beginning?
Going back to the beginning. In the land before time.
Things change. But that also goes into our next point because the next one is be honest with candidates about what may change.
Yeah. I mean, I think honesty is always the best policy, especially when you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like saying, I don't know. I don't know what's going to change. I think this is what you're going to do. But, you might prove to me that you have a different skill set than I thought you did. And that might change. But we're going to have conversations and be open about, where you want to go, where I think the team is going, and we're going to communicate. Because I think that's a big thing, too, is that some people just set this job description up, never review it.
Yeah.
Never touch on it again. Mm-hmm. Put it on a shelf.
Yep.
And then you're keeping those candidates or those now employees, right, to a position that is stagnant and old and doesn't actually reflect what they're doing. And you're saying, okay, you're doing great. According to this is your job description. This is what you're doing. Wow, you're doing amazing. But as they grow, their job description needs to grow and change and reflect what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this, I have to say. We were talking about there's some large companies we work with, and one in particular is really good at growing talent and then moving them and training them into a completely different vertical within the same organization. So they might feel like they had 3, 6, 7 different jobs, but they all worked for the same organization, giant organization. But I do think they do a good job at saying, here's your skill. It doesn't matter which vertical in the organization you're in.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you here.
And I think that, they do, deserve credit for that. But I think that from my standpoint, anyway, from, business owner,
yeah,
manager, whatever, that I would hope everybody would be that way.
Yeah.
That every manager could go in and see that their employee is working and they're doing a great job, but maybe there's something else they can do. Or maybe as they're growing in that job, they realize, oh, you'd be really good at this.
Yeah.
Just try your hand at this. And you just try to help those people grow. I hope that employees... It's a
growth mentality.
Right. But you don't want to be stuck in the mud, like just, especially, I wouldn't think you'd want to.
Absolutely. But I'm saying sometimes there's companies that are smaller that we work with that do get stuck in the mud. They don't, or they get bogged down. Let's say they get bogged down, right? They didn't hire enough to make sure they're doing all the things to make sure
there's too much on their plate.
There's too much on their plate. They're not staying in growth mode.
Right.
Right.
And I'm also not saying that everybody needs to be in growth mode all the time. What I'm simply saying is that the employee, if the manager sees that the employee is good at something, I would hope that they are pushing them in that direction to be like, hey, you could be really good at this.
Yeah. And I guess what I'm saying about growth mode is if you're the hiring manager leading from the top, right? Not necessarily are you growing in people, but as long as your personality is to stay in growth mode, your team skills and bells and whistles will grow.
Yeah.
Because now you're, like you said, it's like sports analogy. It's like football players might grow into a different position. Like they might have been quarterback in high school, but now they're tight end.
That's a position. Yeah.
Okay, cool. A running position, right?
No.
Oh.
But you were close. You should have, I think it would have been better if you.
That's the position Travis Kelce's in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got that part.
Oh, okay.
It'd been better if you would have went like quarterback to wide receiver or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Which a tight end is sort of a receiver sometimes. But.
Okay. Well, I think that like coaches are good at retooling is what I'm trying to say. And so as long as you're always assessing your team to pull out the best tools.
And you're wanting to put those people in the best position possible to succeed.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
We agree.
We agree. Well, good. Okay. So we kind of went off, didn't we? I don't know if that was really where I was trying to go with the, be honest with candidates, but
I do. I think you're still on track, right? So you're saying you're being honest with them that you might not know where they're going, or you might know exactly where they're going, but having that open and honest conversation and readdressing their job descriptions as they grow, I think is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to read the last
Circle it back.
Stratus helps communicate roles clearly from the beginning. We help shape messaging that is honest about the current need and realistic about future growth, which leads to better alignment between employer and candidate.
Yeah, again, wingman. The best wingman.
Sure. Stratus mentality.
Stratus mentality, but you know what I mean. Like, a lot of the times there's a disconnect there when there's not a third-party consultancy firm, because they're not communicating openly. We're not necessarily saying word for word what the client told us to the candidate.
No.
But we can have a in-depth conversation with the client and an in-depth conversation with the candidate and marry them together.
Right.
Matchmakers.
Stratus mentality. Again, if this is like one of the first ones that you've seen or heard or listened to of, the Stratosphere, Inside the Straticephere, this podcast, I really do recommend that you go back and watch the first 3 episodes. If you haven't seen them, because for some reason there's like inside jokes now. So if you haven't seen them, go watch them. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Starting at the 80-yard line.
There you go.
I'm really good at this football thing.
Football analogies. Okay. Build a process for reviewing and updating roles over time. This one's boring. I don't like this one.
Well, it's not boring.
It is kind of.
Okay, it's like quarterly reviews. Like, just kind of add and update the job description as they grow. It doesn't have to be quarterly. Don't freak out.
It doesn't always have to change.
It also doesn't always have to change.
I know, but every time I look at it, I'm going, okay, how do we tweak it? Like, it's like in my head.
Okay, it's in your head.
It is.
Okay, so, but you don't have to tweak it every time.
No.
They might not have grown. They might have...
The position might not have changed.
The position might not have changed, right? But if they got a new certification or did some more training, like, you might add it in there. You know? At least make a note within their...
You mean the person that's in the job already? Mm-hmm. So they went and got a certification?
At least make a note of it.
So now... When I go to hire somebody, I have to have somebody with that certification?
No. I don't think, when I say update jobs, right? When I think, I'm thinking at this point in time, this job description is following this employee that we fired.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure that we are keeping them.
If that person leaves, I can replace them with someone that is the same or better.
Right. Well, at least you need to know what certifications that person had. So if you say, I need another... Joanne, whatever, right? I need another one of these people. Well, I didn't realize that she had gotten 4 more certifications in the last year. And that's why she's killing
Joanne was on top of it.
Right. Or whatever it is, but at least make a note that says, hey, you know, currently filled by X, added certifications, Y. You know? And so at least you're making a note of what you currently have in place. Mm-hmm. And what if that talent were to leave, what you would have to at least get close to replace it.
I would think that if Joanne is going hard after those certifications, that I'm probably moving her into a different position.
You better be, or else she's moving herself.
Then she's going to, if not, she's going to leave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's gone.
That's the ambitious type that I like.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, that's a really good point, right? So.
I made the point or you made the point?
You made the point. I pay for all these certifications. Mm-hmm. Are they just going to leave?
Possibly.
They could. They could. You could also put in the contract that there's, you know, you have to pay us back kind of situation.
Or you have to stick around for so many months afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's always a way to make sure that you get your return on investment.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you do make them more marketable.
Absolutely.
So that goes back to culture. Mm. You got to make sure you have the right culture. And
because that'll make Joanne want to stick around anyway.
Right. And what if there's if you want to build the skill within your organization, there could be spiffs, a $50 Amazon gift card because you finished the certification. Mm-hmm. Like, woohoo. Or you pay for the certification, I mean, there's lots of places they can get certifications.
You'd probably do both.
You might do both. Yeah.
I mean, if it were me, I would probably, pay for Joanne's certification, then also give her like a Starbucks gift card or something.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, congratulations, way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You made us better.
Yeah. And I mean, for our generation, we love trophies, and that feels like a trophy. Like, I'm winning.
A trophy? Get you a medallion?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily need the trophy, but I would definitely take the Starbucks gift card.
Yeah. That Starbucks gift card is great.
Yeah, me too. Hey, for all those late nights, you stayed up doing your certification. Here's some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should kick it off with a Starbucks gift card. Just like $10.
So what would the reward be then?
I guess $10 is only like one drink. 1 1/4.
Maybe send coffee.
Maybe send coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, I don't even remember. Oh, it was the update.
Update. Yeah. That's what we're going through, yeah.
Update rolls over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You do have to do it.
We covered it though, right?
Yeah, we covered it. But you can't huff and puff about it because you just start thinking about all the rules you have.
I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking, playbook, and then it just brought back, just got triggered or whatever.
Well, you can't just do the playbook and set it on the shelf.
I don't like the playbook either.
I know.
Well, but I mean, you need the playbook.
You need the playbook. I'm just
saying, I did not like having to get all this stuff together.
Not to be gory, but if we were
gory
hit by a bus or something, right? The playbook has to be there or else Stratus doesn't function. True?
Yeah.
So you have to keep that a living document, just like job descriptions.
That's true. I agree. I mean, I'm not
someone
saying,
can pick up.
I'm not saying we don't need to do it. I'm just saying I don't like doing it.
Oh, well, you and every other hiring manager.
What? Just saying.
Yeah. Why do you think it takes like
so
2
now,
months for it to get back to me?
Now all the folks out there know that they're not alone.
Right. No, they know you're not alone. Like
nobody likes doing it.
Nobody likes doing it. But that's also the reason why we like to do that job intake and do it for them.
Then it's automatically updated.
And then it's automatically updated. We started at the beginning. The only thing they have to do is like, in 6 months, what certifications? What do I need to add? And now you're not starting at ground zero.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, I was just thinking about reading this part right here. But so at Stratus, we help clients think beyond the hire itself. We support the full talent strategy, including how roles are defined, reviewed, and refined over time. Defined, reviewed, refined. That helps businesses stay proactive instead of scrambling to catch up after the role has already outgrown its original structure.
Yeah, and that goes back to our consultancy stuff. I mean, like reviewing those, we can do that with you every 3-6 months, whatever that looks like, whatever we've decided is necessary, because some smaller companies need it more frequently. Some companies are in.
Well, and it could be that job doesn't really change for 18 months.
Right. Absolutely.
So then you really don't have, I mean, there's not a lot to change there. It's
But reviewing it's not their daily job.
Right.
That is what we specialize in. And really kind of digging in and understanding and making sure that their job descriptions, their playbook, all of those things are living and breathing documents so that when they do have a new hire, they feel highly welcomed.
Yeah.
Right? Candidate care. How do we bring this person in for the first day? Where's their computer? Who do they go and talk to? Who are they reporting to? Like making sure every step of the process is bespoke.
Oh.
Pulled back from the whole
Good
thing.
job.
Is bespoke.
Yeah.
I think is where we thrive.
Because we're bespoke? Is that what you're saying?
Because we're bespoke. Yeah. But also because this isn't
it's
anyone else's job.
It's the Stratus mentality.
Right. Well, and because we've decided like this is what we're going to specialize in.
Right.
We're going to specialize in your company having the best brand for hiring people because it is so seamless and well-oiled.
Well, and we take a lot of pride in filling those positions and those people staying there.
And holding like the candidate's hand and the client's hand.
We got a client on one side and a candidate on the other.
Oh my gosh.
Skipping through the prairie. Is that what you're saying?
Literally the image in my mind. Get out of my life.
Everybody's happy. We're just skipping in the sunshine.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. It is most of the time you're convincing someone out of someplace comfortable.
Yeah.
Into some place unknown. And if that process isn't good,
efficient,
they're not going to want to go with you. I mean, I had a call today with a new company, and they were asking a question about our 90-day guarantee on direct hire. And I said something like, well, we've only ever had one person that's left. And I sat there and I remembered, wait, that person left at 15 months. So
yeah,
it doesn't count even for that. Like, that's what we pride ourselves in.
Yeah.
Is our turnover rate is so low, or our retention rate is so high. And that's really where I think it comes in to the fact that we really take in consideration culture, right? Because if someone doesn't feel comfortable and welcome, they're not going to stay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've got us to lean on. It makes it easier. You're not just jumping out here into the job market all by yourself.
Yeah.
you have somebody that's helping you, that's looking out for you.
Yeah. And I think I went into staffing, right, thinking that's how it had to be. Like everyone was looking at culture and everyone was holding, hands skipping through a prairie. Okay. And I think that's where most of my success came from. Like the first person I ever hired, not even with Stratus, just first person ever hired as a recruiter, still to this day in their job 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've grown within that organization, but they're in the same organization. So like, I think that's one of the things that really made us say, okay, well, we need to do this. We need to do Stratus because we want to do it different.
I think you should give him a shout out.
Why?
Why not?
Power of Raw. I still remember, but no, honestly, like,
15 years is a long time.
15 years is a long time. I mean, well, another one at Robbie would totally not care if I shout him out.
Shout out to Ravi.
Yeah. I mean, Ravi's been there a long time too, and they become your friend.
Yeah.
Like if I have a question about a developer or a position I got that I just don't understand, I literally call Ravi and I'm like, hey, I got a question for you.
He actually taught you a lot of IT.
Oh, he taught me a ton.
The softwares and things like.
Yeah. And
how they mesh together.
And also how hard an interview with him and Regina can be.
Mm.
Right. So those two were my first two big clients, and they would call me at like 7:00 at night and be like, all right, who do you think got it? And if I didn't pick the right person, they were like, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we shouldn't offer anyone. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just chose personality. But I mean, that's where you've got to get to, right? Like having that relationship made us more functional to hire all the positions that they needed. Like we knew them and their team inside and out and knew at least who could fit culturally. Now you're one step ahead, because at that point in time, I had never hired IT people in my life and I was just learning it. And so I could be off on the technical skills a little, but if I was dead on the culture, they knew they could fill in some of the skills gaps. And
Adaptability.
Yep.
All right. So you ready for the last one? I know I kind of let you go there for a second.
You did. You wound me up. Okay. Yeah.
The best hires are built for where your company is headed. Hiring for a changing role is not about predicting the future perfectly. It is about preparing for it wisely.
I mean, I definitely agree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, you have to look, and that doesn't, okay, I want to take a step back. That doesn't mean that you're over hiring.
I think that's where the wisely comes in.
Right? It means that you need to make sure that the hire that you make right now has either the skill set you need in the future already, right? Or can get that skill set by the time you need it. And be proficient at it, right? So when you're thinking about that, you really want to outline, where am I going in the next, strategic planning. So where am I going in the next?
Something Stratus is really good at.
3 to 5 years, okay, this is where I'm going in 5 years. Now let's break that down to, by year to get to 5 years. And then let's take this year that we're in right now and break that down month by month and have meetings on it every week, make sure that we're going to hit that month so that then we hit the quarter.
Yeah.
So that then we hit the next month and then we hit the quarter, right? And really structuring those KPIs to make sure that the people you get that you interview, okay, you're lacking this one skill. I really need you to have it by X date according to my game plan. So.
And if Stratus is sitting in with those game plans, or we're brought in on the game plan, everything's transparent. We know exactly where that client is trying to go.
And we know their culture.
And because
we're
working with them, hopefully we know their culture.
But it's also accountability.
They have to be held accountable.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone.
And that's hard to do too.
Yeah. It's hard. For us, it's hard to do because we don't want you to get mad at us. But sometimes accountability is just accountability.
I'm actually saying from a client's perspective.
Agreed.
That's often hard to do, is hold everyone accountable.
Yeah. But if you're doing the planning and the monthly meetings and that kind of stuff so that you're hitting your quarterly goals, then I know, okay, in 6 months, you're going to need X, Y, and Z person because we're going to hit these goals. So that means I'm going to call you, you know, we're going to have our 3-month meeting. And at that meeting, we're going to say, okay, are we still on track? You know, has it moved up? Has it moved back? Where are we on this schedule so that I can start looking for the right people and start filling your pipeline? But also the good thing about that is to know, hey, you interviewed X, Y, and Z candidate and you didn't think they were right for this position. But look, you have a position here in 3 months. Do they fit for that position? And can we save time on interviewing? Because you've already interviewed, you liked them.
Yeah.
They just didn't fit this position. Can we say maybe they fit this position and put them on hold and say, hey, if you're still interested in 3 months, we should have this position. And I actually think this position fits you better. But the only way to do that is to know where you're going and how you're getting there.
Yeah. So it kind of all goes back to I don't even remember, was it the last one that we had like the clear and vague and the, I don't remember, there was like
job descriptions, yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5 like things that like on your brand.
Yeah.
Like, are these things clear? So when you're trying to hire like this, you define the role's direction, you create flexible yet clear job descriptions, assess adaptability, communicate honestly, stay committed to reviewing job changes over time, and you set your team up for a stronger long-term success.
I definitely agree with all of that. Yeah, but it takes a good game plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Good strategy.
Good strategy. Yeah. And you can't fly by the seat of your pants and just be like, oh, this is going to work out.
Although that's fun sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. But I mean...
But if you're serious about bringing people on and making sure that you retain those people...
If you're serious about being a company
and we're
for
growing,
a long time...
I'm not just here to
build
and sell.
Right. Yeah, if you're serious about being a company for a long time, then you're going to realize that your brand will ebb and flow, right? The more you are tied to structure and game plan and that kind of stuff,
yeah,
right? Hiring gets a little easier. The more you're flying by the seat of your pants, hiring might be easy because you're flashy. But if you're not flashy, that's where you lose them, right? I mean, even if you are flashy, you're going to lose...
Still going to lose somebody.
You're still going to lose candidates because they didn't like your process.
Yeah.
It wasn't efficient. You didn't care about them through the process.
You weren't transparent.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of...
The job description was vague.
Yeah, the job... That's number one. But, I mean, I can think of a company here in town that I called for years. And I was like, can I help you set this up? Can I help you do this? No. We have more candidates than we know what to do with. They are no longer. I'm not saying it's...
They are no longer
a company.
A business.
A business. Yeah. And they did a lot of IT and a lot of development, but they're no longer a business. And I'm not saying that it's because they didn't put time and effort. It's because they didn't use Stratus. No, it's because they didn't put time and effort into growing their strategy with their team. Mm-hmm. Right? Because if they had a lot of candidates, but if they didn't put time and effort into figuring out how to grow their internal team and the people that are coming in, they became stagnant. Yeah. And so that I think all ties together. I don't think theirs was a job description issue. I think theirs was after the initial hire, keeping up with where the skill set was so that they realized they didn't have to keep hiring and spending money because their skill set was growing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah. You want me to read the last sentence? Sure. Since I started reading with the first sentence.
Sure.
I feel like that closes it out.
Okay.
And plus, it almost sounds like a commercial.
Oh, goodness. Here we go.
When the role is changing, your hiring strategy should be ready to adapt. Stratus is here to help you make sure it does. How's that sound? So good?
That sounds great.
Thanks.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, it's an interesting... I mean, obviously, nothing stays the same.
No.
But trying to figure out how to go about hiring candidates for jobs that are going to change in a year or a year and a half is an interesting, thought-provoking idea.
Yes. Well, okay. We don't have typists still. So, like...
That's true.
You know, the issue is that things are changing so much faster than they have historically, right? And so how do we even know where that is?
You know, it's also funny because that just reminded me of like thinking about where we were, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We had that office in downtown Bentonville.
Yep.
Right? And everything was shut down.
Yeah.
And now look where we are.
Right. I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
Listen, COVID made everyone have to be adaptable. But are they adaptable in the sense that your company needs? I think that's the question. And you've got to figure out your cultural question to go along with that.
Are they falling up?
Right.
Because sometimes...
Yeah. And there might be some positions that are just stagnant.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. But...
No, there are.
Are the people that you want to keep in your organization for long term, are they falling up? Are they continuing education?
Yeah. Continuing to challenge themselves.
Right.
Falling up may be the not the best way to say it.
Well, I mean, yes, I agree.
Because you could trip up. Like you're falling, but you're going up. That doesn't make any sense. Falling up's like getting lucky, I think. Like you're falling into a certification that you didn't know you needed, and then all of a sudden everybody's looking for the person with that certification.
Right, yeah.
It's falling up.
That's true. Okay, valid.
Yeah. Like you didn't mean
It's
to.
getting lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't mean to, but you did.
But you did. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, sometimes it's all about luck.
Yeah. Well, but I think that when it comes to clients hiring candidates, some of these jobs are stagnant. Some of them are, this is just what the job is.
Yeah.
But if you work on your hiring process, you work on your interview process, you know your strategy, you can hire somebody that will come into that spot and do that job and move up in the company to new positions.
Right. And then it's kind of easier to hire that more stagnant position because now your purple squirrel is already in your organization.
Right.
Like you're not going to find someone better because they've trained within
doesn't even need to be a purple squirrel. It just needs to have somebody with ambition.
Right.
Or somebody that wants to get better.
No, what I'm saying is you wouldn't have been able to go outside of your organization
to find that person. Right.
Yeah.
Because they grew within your organization.
Right. And you took the time to make sure like, hey, this is where we're going. And they were ambitious enough to go and say, okay, well, if this is where we're going, then I need this, this, and this to get me there.
Right.
It's like their career roadmap.
And the company needs to know.
Yeah.
Like, this is how we get there.
Yep. Absolutely.
We bring people in like this type of personality that's willing to work, willing to go that extra mile, whatever it is.
Yeah.
To move up within my company, to make my company better, and then start the process over again.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right on.
Right on.
Okay. That's it. I think we did it. We went probably a little over, maybe a little over. But thank you so much for joining us today. Like Scott said, like and subscribe and follow. We're on YouTube now. So check us out over there. And have a great day. Thanks for joining us in the Stratosphere.